all going to know other people that will buy or sell, whether it's the rest of this year or the next year to come. I think the biggest challenge for everybody right now, and especially with the year we just had, how do you stay in front of everyone consistently to capture the referrals that will come from them and then essentially turn them into commission checks? So I talk to about 50 to 75 agents a day. A lot of them out there do not market to their past clients and key relationships. They're spending 10 times the time, effort, and most importantly, money, and they advertise their way to every single commission check. So they're going to start over after each transaction. Instead of nurturing those foundations of trust they have set in place through their past clients and other key relationships in their life. I'm just going to show you a couple quick slides from NAR. This one shows all the transactions that were done last year. Now, if you look, you could see that 53% of the buyers and 67% of the sellers, they all found their agent from a referral or they use an agent they already worked with from the past. Now, if we dive a little bit deeper into the listing transactions and we break it down for you, you're going to see that 41% of people came from referrals, 26% of people, they used previous agents they had a relationship with. What I also want you to look at is right here in the middle, folks. This is your internet website lead. So this is Zillow, this is Realtor.com, another internet website lead generation sources. It's showing you that a combined less than 6% of sellers found their agents from places like this. So I think if you sum everything up, the majority of people out there are going to find the homes that they want online, but the agents that they're finding to work with are through referrals and, like I said, other personal relationships in their life. Now, this next one is the money, right? They always say, if you want the truth, follow the money. So you can see that the average agent last year, they made $42,000. They did 11 transactions during the year. 17% came from referrals, 12% came from repeat clients. The next slide is going to highlight the top 3% in the country. Anybody that made 150K or over. Now, if you look, almost 60% of their business is coming from their database. Now, as you walk down in income, folks, you could see that that percentage goes down with it. So there is a direct correlation to the amount of money that you're going to make to the amount of business you are grabbing out of your database. And I think there's a big gap in between both the numbers because where agents put their money nowadays. Now, if you look here in the gray, nobody can argue any of this stuff with you. You need this stuff to operate. So you have your business expenses, administrative dues, professional development, technology, the list goes on. Right here in the red, this is optional. So this is your referral relationship expenses. And it shows you that 55% of agents are spending $50 to $100 a year on things like this. So take a quick second and think about your marketing budget. We're going to picture it like a big pizza, slice it into 8 slices. How many slices right now are you giving to your past clients and key relationships? And how many slices do you give away? Majority of agents out there are giving their entire pizza away to total strangers. Now, the end result and what we're preventing for you is you're driving down the road, seeing a for sale sign on a past client's lawn or an SOI's lawn that's not yours. Maybe you log into the MLS one Sunday night, see a prospect you were nurturing the last 3 to 6 months, end up listing with somebody else. Or maybe got invited to an open house with a family member or a friend that forgets you're a realtor. So these are all missed opportunities. And that's what we do here at Reminder Media. We're going to help you stay connected to everybody on a personal level to drive repeat and referral business. Now, we've been doing it 16 years. We work with 50,000 agents nationwide. The tools that we do it with are the American Lifestyle, Start Healthy, and Good to Be Home publications. Now, American Lifestyle is our flagship. So it's general interest. It's got leisure, art, travel, design, sports, and recipes. These other two are more specific. Start Healthy is all about general health and wellness. So there's mind and body, there's basic fitness and exercise in here. The recipes are all going to be healthy, of course, per se, the name. But then I've seen articles throughout about like detoxing your body, foods that'll boost your immunity, stuff like that. Now, this one's brand new. It's about 7-8 weeks old. It's called Good to Be Home. And this one is more real estate content and home decor. Tips to increase the value of your home, how to stage your house when you want to sell it, how to be more efficient with your utilities throughout the year, the pros of doing preventative seasonal maintenance, stuff like that. Now, the neat thing about this, folks, you can alternate between the 3 of them as much as you like. And to give you a visual perspective, if you haven't seen us before, Architectural Digest or Southern Living, we look exactly like they do. It's a high gloss cover, 48 pages of full color, and it's got the nice heavier paper. The number one thing agents love, they're very easy to customize and maintain. So we're going to start with the front cover. Picture, contact info, and logo are here. The top left-hand corner, it's going to say compliments of you. In my case, compliments of Chris Real. If you are part of a team or have a team, we can fit team pictures here as well. Now, each edition, folks, there's usually anywhere from 10 to 15 different covers to choose from. This is the holiday one that we're in the middle of right now that everybody uses at the end of the year for their holiday gift instead of Hallmark cards and calendars. Here's the Start Healthy covers, and then I will show you Good to Be Home. And that's the good, these are the good to be home. So there is a wide variety to choose from. Now, if you look at the inside cover, again, your branding's here, picture, contact info, and logo. There is also a personalized letter you could tailor to your clients. Now, there's two ways to do it. One, if you're a plug and play person like myself, there are pre-written letters. They're already drawn up. Now, they're going to still be personalized. They still say Dear Bill and Judy. Now, do you value client or resident, which I know we all hate. If you want to edit the letter to make it your own, add a few lines or a paragraph, you could do that. Option B, you can write the letter yourself. Say somebody had a birthday or a newborn baby, and you want to specifically address that just to them in their magazine to make them feel special. You could do that. It just comes down to how much time you want to put into it and the relationship you have with the people you're sending it to, of course. We also give you 2 tarot cards, and I call these the ultimate business card. Again, on one side, branding, picture, contact info, and logo. On the other side, we have hundreds of options to choose from. We always default to the recipes. Everybody loves a new good recipe, especially around the holidays, right? But if recipes aren't your thing, we have motivational quotes, trivia games, do-it-yourself projects for the home. There's health and fitness stuff for, veterans, pets, kids. I mean, anything you think of, we have it. And if you want something custom on the back, just send it over to us and we'll do it for you, okay? Now, back cover is another place you're going to brand yourself. There's many different template ads you could pick from in the interface that we give you. We can also do custom ads for you as well. But what a lot of agents do with their back cover is put their listings and recently sold here. So anytime that you have a listing, if you want to feature it in the magazine, you could do that. Now, if there's no current listings at the time, but you want to showcase different houses you've been able to sell and find for people, the recently sold is another option for you too. And then one other cool thing too with the back cover, you could sell it. Now, this is your magazine. If you want to co-brand, team up with a lender, a builder, or any other vendor in the area to offset your cost, you can also do that too. Okay. Now, marketing tools, there's a million different things out there you can do. All right. I'm sure you all get bombarded with calls every day. People try to sell you stuff, everything from lead generation all the way down to the helium for the balloons you're going to use for open houses. Right. So I broke this down into 2 sections. If you look here on the left, you're going to see dinners, bottles of wine, gift cards, and baskets. These are awesome closing gifts, but they're not cost effective. If we do this for each client, try to sustain it over a long period of time, we end up working for free. Now on the right, you're going to see the things that are very cost effective: newsletters, flyers, emails. I don't want to beat this stuff up. I think everything serves a purpose, but at the end of the day, you do want to maximize your shelf life in the home at all times. Think about yourself. You're all in sales, but you're still consumers. You buy cars, furniture, jewelry. When you go into your mailbox and you flip through your mail, if somebody sends you a newsletter or a flyer, after you look at it, what does it typically end up? If you're like me, it won't make it past the mailbox. Now, I call this stuff lottery marketing, because if the numbers don't match that day, for the most part, we're throwing out the tickets, right? So that's the number one reason why agents use us. We get you on the coffee table. This will serve as a visual reminder that you value their relationship. So I always say it's like a mini billboard in the home. We usually trend on a 4 to 6 week shelf life. The last survey we did was 11 months ago. It was trending on a 4, but I know things are picking back up now. It's going to keep it top of mind. It's going to make you look fabulous. And it gives you a reason to be proactive too, folks. So this will give you that soft touch point that you can reach out to people, check in with them periodically, see how they're doing, see what they thought of the magazines. Maybe they tried some recipes and things that were in there, but feel comfortable at the end of the call. Remind them that you need and work off referrals, and see who else they know that'll love the magazine like they do, that you can introduce yourself to, that'll be buying or selling in the upcoming markets. Okay. One other cool thing too, I know things are a little bit tricky. Every area has different protocols and stuff, but if you can, put them in your local businesses: doctors, dentists, hair salons, barbershops, car dealerships. Just leave them in the waiting room like a fishing line. And where I know we've always got great testimonials from that as well. And then some agents will keep some copies on their person. So then when they go on a listing appointment or do an open house, they'll hand them out for those too. So it'll always win over a business card and add validity to your brand. So we can actually customize it multiple ways to hit different campaigns of your business in each batch that we do for you. Next slide I have is going to be the numbers that we have for the holiday edition. Before I get into the numbers, any questions on the concept itself? All right, easy crowd. I like it. So here's the thing, folks. Our main goal, we would love to earn your business long-term. We're very practical about this. We know we have to prove to you it works. What we're doing for the holidays is offering a trial mailing. If you like it, try it one time. There's no commitment. Get it in your client's hands, see how they respond to it. If you want to continue, like I said, we would love it. If you did it once and thought, hey, it's not for me, we'll shut it right down. It's just a one-time test drive. Before I get into the numbers, we do have something new we rolled out 5 months ago. It's an AI program. It's called Target Follow-Up. What it'll do is it takes your entire database, it runs it through all these predictive analytics, all the way down to what people have been clicking on and looking up on Facebook and Google. It'll know if they went to any websites like realtor.com and Zillow, and then it scores it for you from first to last, telling you who the most prime targets that will buy or sell in the upcoming months. Since we rolled this out, it's been consistently operating on a 72% accuracy rate. So it's getting all of our agents in front of people at the right time that were clicking on stuff for themselves, family, or friends that the agents had no idea. So it's really been a game changer for everybody. Now, what do you need to set up your account? We have a one-time exclusivity fee to get going. Normally, it's $299. When we do these presentations, we knock $200 off. So it's $99 to start. It's a one-time fee. It's not a recurring charge, so it's not something you'll pay again. It does go to multiple things. First, it goes to your list. My favorite thing about us, we work off exclusivity. So anywhere you send this, clients' homes or the local businesses you put it in, you're going to own the names and addresses. So if any other business professional jumps on board and your contacts are on their list, we make them take them off. This will differentiate you from everybody else out there as well. Get your own little social media library that you can share to Facebook and LinkedIn and Instagram. So we have all this, generic content, recipes, articles, all that stuff. You do control it. So if you want to share that, that's there for you as well. And then everybody gets their own marketing advisor. They're going to be your assistant. They actually do all the work. They customize, they mail it out. All you have to do is get your photos and your list over to them and then spend about 15 minutes on the phone designing the magazine as far as picking covers and designs. They do all the heavy lifting, technical, and mailing for you. Now, price per magazine, folks, it's $3.99. It includes everything: printing, customization, and postage and handling. If you boil this down, it's cheaper than most Hallmark cards out there these days. We only ask you for a minimum of $50. It's $199.50 for the magazines. You do not pay for them up front. When they print and ship is when you'll pay for them. And we do have a rolling deadline every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So everybody can work at their own pace. So you could pick when they go out. They do have a 4-week turnaround from deadline to mailbox. The only thing is, I know Mary Jo was talking about as far as the food in the beginning of the webinar about how it's becoming scarce, and people are saying the same thing with the post office. We have the only curveball that we're having right now with the holiday edition. We normally run our deadlines up till like November 15th. But I don't know if you've all caught the news with the debacle that's going on with the post office right now. We had to cut a couple deadlines off because we don't want people's magazines getting there January 8th. So the last deadline we do have for the holiday edition is October 25th, so that we can guarantee delivery between Thanksgiving and Christmas. So that's the only difference that we have this year. So it would be, the Monday of the 25th. But that's it, folks. There's no other fees. There's no hidden cost. Price per magazine will never go up on you if you want to continue. And we do not nickel and dime you to death with changing fees. So you can change your mags, customizations around as much as you like. So it's $99 to start. And then the only other time you'd give us money is when you send these magazines out. Okay. Any questions on pricing as far as price per magazine, the one-time exclusivity fee, or how the trial works?
Oh, no, I have a quick question, Chris. You said something earlier before you got into pricing, and maybe I should have cut you off, but I didn't want to. You said something about getting the information from my client's database or something. What type of information would you need from me to get, into my client's database to know which buttons they were clicking and what?
Well, it's just the AI program just runs it. It's with the name and address. So that's done on the marketing side. That's all you need with them. They run it through for the people you're sending it to. And like I said, so your marketing coach has it. There's a program that we have that they can run. So it's you just like everything else, like Facebook does and everything else like that. So that's kind of how it operates, but they have that on the marketing side. So your marketing coach would help you with that. So just when you get your list over of recipients, they can run it through the program, and then it'll organize it from it'll score it from number, like say you have 50 people, it'll score it from 1 to 50 on who the most prime targets thinks will buy or sell.
Okay.
That makes sense? Yeah. So all you need is just a basic, the name and address, and then it kind of does its own thing.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Question. Any other questions, folks?
So how do they take advantage of this, Chris, if they want to move forward?
Yeah, I'll give everybody my cell phone number. I'll stop sharing so I can give that back to you, Mary Jo. So my cell phone number is 267, and I can put it in the chat if it's okay with you too.
Yeah, absolutely.
267-449-5281. 267-449-5281. And I'm going to put this in the chat. And what I want to do is I do want to do something special for everybody. Like I said, because we had cut a couple of deadlines off for the holiday edition, we're obviously trying to accommodate as many people as possible that want to do it. And we apologize for the inconvenience as far as the deadlines go. But if anybody does want to try this just for the holidays, You can shoot me a text. I'll follow up with you personally. I will take care of the first 15 magazines for anybody that wants to do this. So it'll be a $60 credit on me. Instead of $199 for your 50, when they go out, you'll only pay $139. So first 15's on me for anybody that wants to try. Okay. And then, like I said, so all you have to do is just shoot me a text. I'll follow up with you and I'll take care of it for you. Okay. But that is all I have. So
Thank you very much, Chris. Thank
I
you.
really
for
appreciate you having me
sharing.
on.
Yep, absolutely.
All right. Sounds good, folks. Appreciate your time. Thanks so much.
They're very quiet.
They have the different covers.
I have not seen that before, but we
Yeah.
probably have them here like once a year.
Yeah, but
So
I
the
don't
different
remember-
colors covers is different,
Huh?
and
No. I think I did it years ago. We never got anything from it. But I really think it's good, especially with the different colors of different magazines.
I know,
Yeah.
I think they've really improved it a lot, yes. They have come a long way.
Magazine isn't even the best part of it anymore. Now you have those people's email addresses, phone numbers, mailing addresses, yourself, you can start emailing them, calling them, you have that information that you can, yeah, the magazine's great for that, but for you, the best part of it is that you can.
Yeah, so Stephanie's
So they're
saying
gonna
that
find out
the-
their email address, they find out their email address.
they do a rating system, so to say, on it, right? It's targeted because, you know how Big Brother's always watching us, right? We say Big Brother's always watching us, and we're Big Brother in real estate with our new KV Core My Record system, right? Because we're watching our clients on what they're doing, minute by minute, literally in real time. Well, that's the same kind of technology they have, is that they pull together like Big Brother. Oh, how many times has Jew gone on to Realtor.com or Zillow this past month or the past few months, and know that she must be looking in the future to sell if she's not done that already, or buy, right? So that's the kind of information they're providing. So besides the magazine, which, I know in the past, we used to have it sent to our doctor's office, so it'd be sitting in the waiting room with all our information in it. Like there was really creative ways for you to use that magazine. Besides, obviously you want to get it to your past clients, because those are going to be the your biggest fans and the ones who trust and know and love you, and they're going to give your name out, and it just keeps you on top of mind. But you can send it to other places, your hair salon. Someone's waiting for their hairstylist, and they're looking at the magazine, and there you are, right? So there's a lot of great creative ways to use that. So just want to bring it up. I thought it was an appropriate time of the year, while we should all be budgeting for our upcoming year of what we're going to be doing to invest in ourselves and our business. Just another idea for something that, for you guys to do if you want. So some office news. I know this has been the most confusing thing we've ever done in our lifetime, is trying to figure out, do we need quadrennial ethics? Don't we need quadrennial ethics? Do we need it? Don't we need it? That has been, and I have to tell you, it's all been the board who's been through the confusion. It's not even me. I just am the messenger sending these crazy emails. So according to, so the difference is that the quadrennial ethics training could only be taught by a NAR authorized person, right? There's a specific criteria for the training session, and that has to be okayed by the NAR, right? So that's why, as of right now, you can only get this training through your local board, okay? Or if you go onto NAR itself, and you can do the training at your own time frame. That's the only way you can get it. Now, what they're thinking of doing is they're thinking of allowing other agencies like our Wyckoff Real Estate School, to be able to provide that same content in the future. So that's where the confusion came in, because our local board thought that had changed already, but that hasn't changed already. So just to give you a little background of why it's been so confusing. So quadrennial is 4 years. They switched it to 2 years. But then because of COVID, gave us an extra year. So this is our 3rd year. So the whole thing, is just super, super confusing. So it has to be satisfied by December 31st. Mary's going to do it via Zoom for us, October 27th. You must sign up, you must register. We will have it here in the office, but everybody has to be on their own laptop in order to get the credit for it, okay? Since she's not going to be here live, We all have to be on our own laptop. We could do it together. We'll have it up here, you know, and all our computers muted, or you can do it from the comfort of your home, whatever you want to do. But it's October 27th and you have to sign up. It's $10. It'll say 40, but then it gives you a $30 discount when you check out, okay? So make sure you do that and make sure you're doing it for the 2023 timeframe, okay? 2021 to 2023. Not the one prior. So, and if you do make a mistake, don't worry, they'll fix it for you. Just let me know. So again, just wanted to go over that whole confusion.
I told yesterday, make sure.
Mhm.
We can get it, and I did, and she said to me, "So confusing this year."
It's so confusing this year, yes. So that's all the information there. That's all the links. You can check your NAR credits on the bottom link. Anyone interested in the triple play? Again, I know a few of agents from this office are going. They've already signed up. You have 2 days left to sign up for the early bird pricing, which I believe is $89, and it goes up to $99 or $109. And that includes any classes that you want to take. It includes the convention center, the expo center, all that stuff. So that's what that price includes. I'm gonna go, yeah. And then lastly, COVID HIPAA procedures. I know there's been a lot of questions lately because we have had agents in the office who have had COVID. And I did not share that with the office because the requirements are not for me to share it with everybody. Unless you have been in contact with that person, that's who I have to notify. I do not have to notify everybody. And when I do notify everybody, it gets very complicated because then people are like, well, tell me who it is. And, you know, and so I can't get into all that. So only if you've been in contact with that person shares with me. I ask them if they've been in contact with anybody, and then I share with those people. I cannot release anybody's name, obviously, and I'm not required to release it to everybody if you have not been in contact with that person. Okay, so just so you know how it goes. Though the agents who have tested positive in the recent month or two are all vaccinated, just so you know. So they are vaccinated agents. So, you know, in my world, I feel like COVID's not going away, guys. It's not like next year it's going to be gone or 2 years. I mean, it's going to be hopefully like a flu in the future, right? Where we're all safe and sound. Yes, we're down for a week or whatever, you know, however it pushes us down, you know, with headache and fever and chills and that stuff. And it's not, you know, dire. So that's what we're hoping, but it's not going to go away. It's not going to go away. So just again, a reminder of what the actual HIPAA procedures are. Just want to let you know that Wickard Title does CE webinars on a monthly basis, and a lot of agents have taken advantage of this in the last cycle. You know, so they send an email out once a month. This is the most recent one that's coming up on October 22nd. There's the registration there, so you can register for free and you can get most of your credits done. Remember, the 2 ethics credits that you're going to get from the quadrennial ethics training is going to go to your next cycle. So then you'll only need 10 credits moving forward, right? So, you know, this is a good way to learn things that you may be interested in learning about and getting your credits done for free. So just want to remind you that they have this opportunity. And this is the next one that's coming up. So I'll try to share it with you as they come on or as I see them. I want to thank Vin again for his tips and tricks with GSMLS. I didn't put that part, I just put tips and tricks. I was tired last night, I guess. Anyway, this is why these slides are not appropriate for young children, okay? But anyway, yeah, he did an awesome job. It was like an hour and a half. I mean, I had to stop him. He had so much information. People had so many questions. People were so engaged. So at 3 o'clock, I was like, Vin, I think we have to stop now. Maybe we could just do this, you know, moving forward. So there's the recording link. If anybody missed it, there were so many takeaways. I just feel like just watch the recording if you want to know, you know, review it and look at it and see and gain some more knowledge of it. But everything's there if you need it. And thanks again to Vin. So our next one this upcoming Monday is going to be Deb Reagan, and she's going to be doing forms online because she does an amazing job when she hands in her files to Savannah. So with that said, I think everybody in our office should be attending forms online with Deb Reagan. Okay. I will say that Savannah would truly appreciate if you did attend. Okay. truly, truly appreciate.
Silvana was there.
Deb.
Yes, dear.
What's the lunch and the alcohol?
She was busted. She was busted.
Mimosas.
You know, Deb likes to make everybody bring this like
I will
extravagant lunch and alcohol. So now they're asking her what she's bringing on
I'm
Monday.
bringing mimosas.
She's doing mimosas if you're interested.
Are you sure?
It's alcohol.
Okay, good. It's gonna be a party.
It's gonna be a party, guys, so. And then the following Monday, will be another lunch and learn with the credit repair or credit care seminar that, Anthony, Rosamilia has put together for us, okay? And there's a link, you can come in person or join us via Zoom. And here's some more upcoming events. So next Wednesday, October 20th, I can't believe it's gonna be October 20th next Wednesday, Agent Safety Day in the corporate classrooms. It's starting at 11:30. Eric has put together quite a day for us, unbelievable. There is going to be people from Homeland Security there. There's going to be home sitters or gun sitters, which they would watch your clients' guns or watch them. Your clients will store your guns there if they're going to do open houses or they're putting their home on the market for safety reasons, right? There's a lot of great information that's going to be there for you and a lot of great giveaways for agents that pertain to your safety.
How
So
long is October 20th?
how long is October 20th?
Well,
Let me ask you, Mark.
11:30 is lunch, 12 o'clock, 11:45, 12 o'clock we get started. And then we're planning only an hour, but I think it's gonna run 2 hours.
Yeah, definitely. I saw that lineup.
There'll be one of the giveaways is a raffle where if you're gonna be only going via Zoom, you can send the $5 to Missy for the Carol's Fund. Sunshine Fund.
Is it Carol's?
But the rest of them are going to be sponsored by our bankers who are coming. We have a really big list of people showing up. Are all under one roof team that's sponsoring the lunch. And we're
So-
expecting up to like 300 agents to be there. It's gonna be a huge turnout.
So if you, just in case, could you guys hear? So just in case you didn't hear, so all under one roof support team is providing the lunch. So lunch starts at 11:30 and 12 o'clock starts the seminar, right? So it's going to be different speakers. There's going to be different speakers coming on. He was scheduling it for about an hour, but he thinks it's probably going to go over just because there's going to be so much great information and so many questions. So probably about 2 hours. It will be via Zoom as well as live. And we did invite all of the offices from our region. Okay, so we did open it up to everybody because I'm really impressed at the great lineup that he provided for that day. Really very impressive, which I'll share with you this week if I haven't already.
I spoke to the self-defense folks who are going to be doing the program.
Self-defense people are going to be there as well. Like there's a big lineup, guys, and all for your safety.
They'll be beating me up, and then they will want one person to volunteer other than me to show self-defense tactics.
So they're going to take Eric down, basically, and then if anyone wants to volunteer, you're welcome to. And so what Eric was saying is there's going to be a lot of giveaways just for agents for being there. So each vendor or each person who's coming, professional, is going to be providing a giveaway and all about safety, right? So some great prizes for you guys. But there's also going to be a prize where Eric put together for one of the prizes is a $5 ticket. And that $5 is going towards our Carol Fund, which is what he said. You can take that as you want. But it's for the Sunshine Fund. It's for the Sunshine Fund. So it's another way for us to collect for the Sunshine Fund. So that was a great idea of Eric's to help us out with that. So I will share with you the lineup. I have all that. So I'll send out an email with that later on today so that you know exactly what to expect. And then obviously Wednesday, October 27th is Mary Kano. It's 10 to 12, not 12 to 2. Yeah, just looking at that. It's 10 to 12, not 12 to 2.
Question about that with Mary Kano. I registered quite a while ago and I got the confirmation. Am I gonna need that, is there a confirmation number in order to get in? I mean, I'll bring my computer in.
No, no, you shouldn't need a confirmation number. You'll just get the link. Once they set up the link, which they haven't done yet,
Oh, okay.
everybody will get the link, and that's just specific to us, correct? Because depending on how many people join, either gonna do it by Zoom or another platform, because Zoom can only hold so much. So that's why they haven't decided which platform they're gonna be, hosting it on yet. And then, following the Halloween, following the NCJR class is going to be our Halloween party in the office. So wear costumes, we'll have some appetizers, we'll have some prizes, it'll be a lot of fun. And then Tuesday, November 9th is planning day, details to be announced. It's gonna start at 12 o'clock and it's gonna be in the classrooms, okay? But we'll get more information out to you about that. So please write down the upcoming events that we have going on. So housing discrimination laws, know your fair housing. So I don't know if you guys realize something that was changed in this form in the last year, but I just want to point it out to you. So a no pets rule cannot be enforced against a person with a disability who has a service or guide animal. A landlord may also not charge a tenant with a disability an extra fee for keeping a service or guide animal. Now that is very vague, but we have to be very careful with that. So when your client says no pets, you need to just highlight this and make sure they understand that this is a requirement, right? Because we have landlords who think that they can dictate who can come in and who, who can't. And that's not the case, only if they're living in the property. So
What about therapy dogs, like Facebook?
that's what I'm saying. That's very, you can't, there's very limited questions you can ask.
What are the questions?
I don't even know. And so, it really is a very gray line. And I think that's a good question for us to ask Mary. Mary wants to know, let me get back to that real quickly. If anybody has any questions specific, and that's when I'll send to her, she wants us to send them ahead of time if we could, and she will answer them she will stay on up to an hour after the CE credit, just to answer any questions we have, because she knows there's always a lot of stuff, then there's stuff she'll go over, okay?
A lot of service dogs, either service dogs or service horses, they're doing it to federally recognized animal that actually service animals. A therapy animal can't be certified, can't fly on a plane, can't do all that extra stuff.
Yes, so there's a difference. A service dog goes through hundreds of hours of training to provide a service for that person, right? And it's usually a life and death situation that person can find themselves in. A therapy dog,
Therapy dog, aren't they trained also in a specific?
they are. So that's why in today's day and age, it's very hard to discriminate against any of them. And that's the problem.
Service dogs and therapy dogs, you have to put them on a registry. Private organizations doing it.
Right, they're called pets.
No.
They're called pets.
My dogs are always trained therapy dogs who go to hospitals. They're not certified. Service dogs, half the time they're not certified either, because it's Eric's charity that I started, training them, and I donate them to people. Half the time, they're not certified either, but they're that. You cannot ask someone for the certification for.
Yeah, you can't ask people. That's why this is a good question to bring up with Mary, just to what we can do ethically moving forward. But we really need to share this with our landlords. So we really need to go through this. I know we just say, and this is the fair housing discrimination laws, and we move on. If we even do that, because we're doing things through DocuSign, I think they need to understand that. And this is the penalty. If you commit a and this is for your client. So this is why it's so important. If you commit a discriminatory housing practice that violates the LAD, you may be subject to penalties not exceeding $10,000 for first violation, not exceeding 25 for second, and within 5 years of the first offense, and not exceeding 50 of 2 or more violations.
This is rolled, right?
Missy,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I heard you guys say that you can't ask for the paperwork. why can't you ask if the dog?
Well,
how big-
because you can ask for the paperwork, but you can't make a determining factor of whether that's a service dog, a therapy dog. Like,
Right.
you're not qualified to determine what that dog does, really, is what we should have said.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yes, so,
You can't, or then you
You
can't.
have not.
no, Eric is saying you cannot,
You know, you're referencing this.
but
I'm not
again, it's.
sure, I'm not sure about that.
They really should put that in there, like, you cannot do this one little paragraph.
It's very vague, yes.
It's very vague and doesn't elaborate, but like immediately, if you don't follow this very vague law within that memo, you're gonna get fined. So if you don't mind sharing that information, so we can follow.
Yeah.
So we can follow the.
And I will send it to Mary, that's something we really want to elaborate on when she's here, because she can give us more, she can give us more, information.
People are doing it just to get into the rental.
Yeah.
I mean, my.
Yes, not
granddaughter-
everybody,
My
right.
granddaughter, she has a dog and the dogs aren't allowed, so she went to her doctor and her doctor gave her a certificate saying that the dog was a therapy dog.
Right.
If you wanna know,
So,
But there are a lot of like actual people that are like in Morristown, the seeing eye dog, there are a lot of
Yeah,
people that
that-
have one.
Yes,
But see-
yes. Well, that's the problem. There's people who really are in need, and then there's people who aren't. And that's why we're having this conversation today, because of that.
Well, I looked it up. It said that if your dog is a therapy dog, it has to be well trained.
Mhm.
And so it can't like bark all the time and be a jumper. It's gotta like.
But how do you know that until you get them in your proper, no,
Dogs that people have with them and
You're-
they're not any of those things.
well, you guys are, there's two distinct things. There's a therapy dog, which is to make people feel better in the hospital or.
Yeah.
to
Right,
cure
right,
people's
right.
anxieties.
yes,
We have
yes.
a service dog.
Where I'm
You wanna
looking at
know, if
therapy.
you wanna know if it's a service dog and you're sitting there discussing if you're gonna allow them, I say drop the keys on the floor, don't pick it up again.
Right, right.
I mean, literally, that's the easiest way to find out. That's the
Yeah, but I think that, the bone of contention, Eric, is that paragraph is so vague that we don't know. We
It's
don't,
intentionally left vague for that reason.
exactly.
Yeah.
So then this is why we need to incorporate the very specifics of the law so that we have a better understanding, because this is very, that's just.
It's the ADA law. the American
Yeah, but the
Disabilities Act.
ADA is usually very close attention. I'm talking the memo is very vague. Doesn't a service dog have to wear like a little jacket?
No.
No, no,
They
no.
wear that
I understand there's a thin line when it comes to service animals.
Yes, there's a very thin line that, yes, if Jerry says, I understand there's a very thin line when it comes to service animals. And it's very hard for us. So that's why, and our landlords, and we're representing our landlords. So we want to protect them as well as protect anyone with a disability who needs it. So we're,
And protect ourselves. as well.
absolutely, and
So they
protect
should
ourselves,
probably
right?
The additional training is for like to recognize what, what to do, what not to do.
Yeah,
in that
And the other thing is, like, you talk, if you see someone's in a restaurant with an animal that is a service dog, if it's barking and that, the restaurant owner can say you need to leave. Even if it is a certified service animal, it has to be under control.
yeah. So,
You can't-
But
they're Yes.
usually better behaved than.
Well, the therapy dogs and the service dogs are told you better behave. in some respect.
you assume they are, you assume because they're trained, they have so many hours of training underneath them. But like I said, we'll visit that again, revisit it with Mary, because I think she could probably shed more light on it and more information for us. So guys, the next slide, Anthony is not here today, because he's at a charity golf outing. So the next slide is our question of the week. So everybody get ready, either text me or put it in the chat box. Actually, Anthony sent me the answer this morning. Thank you, God. He's like, I know you'll be looking for this later.
Dennis, what's your answer?
Yeah, Dennis, what's your answer? What's your final answer before you see the question?
I can't just yell it out like I normally do.
Yeah, yes, you can. Okay, I know what it is. Okay, let's go. So since early spring, how much has inventory increased according to Realtor.com? A, no increase, B, 10%, C, 20%, or D, 30%. So since the spring, how much has inventory increased? Increased.
D, 30%. My guess.
Shut up, Jerry.
Dennis, are you still there? Do we lose Dennis?
He's digging it up on his computer.
Yeah,
I mean, on his phone. That's the-
we lost Dennis. We lost Dennis. That's why he's quiet. I don't see him. Oh my goodness. All right, you guys ready? Let's see. Let's see. I'm gonna look for Lanny's. Where's Lanny? Nope, well, I'm gonna tell you who. Well, I can tell you Jerry and Linda, because those are the two I heard. The correct answer is D, 30%,
Ah.
which you would never believe, right? It doesn't feel like it's an increase of 30%. So, anyway, it's always fun. It's funner when Dennis is screaming out, but we ran really late today. So let's get Stephanie on and then we'll get going. Yeah, you do look tan.
Good morning, everybody. Just to kind of repeat last week's slides. Oh, sorry, first, I have an event coming up next Thursday, our MTS regional workshop. It's monthly. It's on the 21st, which is a week from tomorrow, 9 a.m. and 12 p.m. So twice the same subject twice. We're going back to basics again, similar to what I'm doing with my focus group, setting up your profile, your email signature, setting up your bio, and we're going over some we do it all guaranteed email marketing tactics that you guys would use, all with my record, of course. I'll send this out in the email too. So last week I went over that those we do it all guaranteed now has agent page, and I kind of left it up to you guys to turn this on. That did not occur, so I did it for 110 agents. Okay, so now if you go to your website, so you see Howard's here, the We Do It All guaranteed now is your own link. Its own link, and it's specific to the agent. So it looks similar, but now the person does not have to put in the agent name or the agent office associated with, because it's automatically going to go to that agent's, it's on that agent's webpage, so it's connected to that agent already. So what will happen is they complete their full name, their email address, and their cell phone. They check off the disclaimer, very simple. What happens then is an email and a text will go out to the customer, your manager, Missy, the mortgage advisor, Anthony, title closing advisors, Megan and Ashley, and to the sales associate. So also, in addition, because our websites are connected to our My Record account, that person is automatically added to your Smart CRM. Just as a note, it will be duplicated. Okay, so if you already have that person in your CRM, it will be a duplicate because it sees it as a new lead. Okay, so what you would do is you could either delete the old one or merge the two. Okay, so there's a couple of options that you can do. Okay, you can leave them separate too, it's up to you. But it will come in as a new lead. It will show up on your dashboard as a new lead. It will have a hashtag guarantee, so you know that it came from there. And one of the marketing people was in the office yesterday, and she told me they are building out a campaign for those people. So an automatic triggered campaign based on that hashtag. It's not ready yet, but it will be, and I'll let you know what it is. So now we kind of have everything, right? We have everything that you guys need to get this program out there. You have the information, you know how it works. You have all of these things available to you. A lot of them are the Wiper tools and resources and the marketing materials. A lot of them I've given to you. We have some tent cards in the office. We have personalized flyers that you can print down from Wiper Design Center that are free with the QR code and everything. There's other things that you can purchase, like the art signs. We're getting retractable banners. We have one in the office, which you guys can borrow if you want, I found out. So if you want to buy a retractable banner, those are coming up. There's so many things that you guys can utilize for this program. So let me know if you need help with any of that. And just our quick numbers, I'm not going to go into great detail. Our numbers weren't so good on the unengaged leads, but our phone calls are still up, and the engagement is kind of evening out, but you know, keep it up. Definitely feeling good about our numbers here. So let me know if you need help with anything. I'm here for you 9 to 5. I'm in the office, virtual, whatever you guys need. Let me know. Any questions, guys?
Yes, Steph, quick question.
Jerry, go.
Does Wiker have that thing that Chris was talking about, an American Lifestyle, where we can figure out what's going on their database, or that,
Yeah.
does that even exist?
What do you mean, does that exist? You just have
Like,
the,
you can get it from their name and their address or a telephone number?
no, I don't have access to that kind of resource. We have the Cole Realty resource, but it's not based on, so they have a little bit more of an in-depth marketing department at American Lifestyle Magazine. It's actually a media company, so they have access to analytics that Weichert specifically does not.
Okay.
So what they do is they do a lot of Facebook AI stuff, like they look at behaviors of Facebook users. They strip out any realtors, of course, but they look at people who've gone to Zillow, people who've gone to Realtor.com, people who have inquired on Zillow to get an agent. There's a lot of things that they have that Weichert doesn't have those tools, unfortunately. I wish we did, but
Okay. Thank
we
you.
definitely help you with getting involved with Chris, because I did help some agents in another office do so, and it really is a good. Listen, I don't get any money for telling you. It's really a great little product, and it's not super expensive in my opinion for the information they give you. So, do it.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
Just do it.
Just do it. Anybody else? Thanks, guys.
So real quickly, I know we're running a little late today, but I noticed Naomi was in our office, and Naomi is our insurance
Hi,
person,
how's
right? We had
everyone?
Bobby for a long time, and
Hi.
Naomi took over. And I just want to share with you, I have a lot of insurance policies, much to Naomi's. And there's always a problem, because houses are 1,700, if we're built in the 1700s or this and that, and it's not because of Weichert Finance, it's because of the independent, right? We work with over 300 insurance providers, and so there's always a problem when it comes to me. Honestly, it's horrifying. I torture them, and so they love me because I have a lot, and they hate me because everything is a mess, right? Basically.
Yes, I guess sometimes, I check on Missy's policies frequently, and it's just making sure I'm on top of it, because we kind of compartmentalize a lot of things in the insurance business. So like one service, I'm in sales. So I kind of just take the initiative and check on her policies on a regular basis, just because she has like a rental home and a secondary home and stuff. So, but basically, if you guys have questions about, like the other day, Lori and I were chatting about roofs, and I was explaining to her that if the home has a roof older than 20 years, it is going to be harder to insure it for your clients that are purchasing that home. So it's going to be a little bit complex for me to find them a carrier that will take them. And yes, they could call, Geico or their, insurance provider, and we'll get this like great quote, but then maybe that person didn't ask them like, how old is the roof? And then when they go to inspect the home, the carrier may come back with XYZ for them to fix or repair. So, I try to get ahead of that and ask them all those questions ahead of time. Yes, you have a question?
Do they always go and inspect the house after writing the policy like that?
It does cost the insurance carrier money to send a third-party inspection company out. I know Allstate does, all state-owned carriers do, so they always go.
So if they don't know the age of the roof, will they go out and check it?
Sometimes they have a system, like for example, one of our carriers has a system that they pull the permits, and they actually want to see like how old the roof is via that permit. So it just really depends, I guess, on how particular they want to be. Some of our carriers, like Travelers, kind of like hit or miss. It's spontaneous whether they go or not. We don't really get told until we submit the application.
I think you had told me at the time that if they might insure the house if the roof is 30 years old, but then if there becomes an issue after a storm or something, that you're not going to get back.
There is one carrier that will do like 25 years or older on the roof. They'll accept the risk, but they'll do like an actual cash value, which basically you're not going to get much if you have a wind damage with that roof. That particular person who's taking on that
But what if
policy.
the contents is damaged too because of the roof? Will you get more value on that?
I would think so, yeah, because the contents, the roof is, is actual cash value. So they're just insuring the roof repair for actual cash value versus the contents. The contents should still be under like replacement value. But there are some policies that are written under actual cash value for contents as well. So people just have to really kind of be aware when they're shopping for insurance online. Like with some of these companies, I think Lemonade is all online. You just got to know, like, why is it so cheap? Like, is it too good to
So
be
many
true?
houses have roofs that are over 20 years old. That's like so common.
It's true. Yeah, you're right.
Well,
Yeah.
some of the roofs are 30
And in
years
this market, I'm
Right,
seeing more and more sellers. I mean, I'm sure you guys are seeing this too, kind of not want to, they want to sell the house now and, who cares how old the roof is?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, sorry.
We had a problem with Progressive, with one of our buyers. There were outstanding permits. And I don't know how the insurance company found out that there were outstanding permits. And they said that they wouldn't insure that until they came back and they actually, got the permit. So we had to.
I haven't heard
take-
come across that. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
we had to
interesting.
take care of everything before I think they insured them, but they wanted to see those permits, so. we had to
Oh,
do the
okay.
permit. And
Yeah.
that was Progressive.
Yeah, they
And
come back with
we
stuff
did.
like all the time for us. I mean, and then we're just kind of like the middleman. So sometimes, they'll even say like the siding needs to be fixed. Like if they see like brick siding that's, missing some bricks, or they'll see moss on the roof. That's a frequent one, clean off the moss. I mean, they just come back with, like, they don't want trees touching the home. If the tree is bowed
Yeah.
over, like leaning towards the property, especially like looks like the tree could fall during the storm, they're gonna want that to be like addressed, sometimes even removed. Sometimes you could even have an arborist come back and say, well, the tree's healthy or the roots are healthy, so I don't think it should lean. So like, we've seen a lot of stuff. It's like, it's not so easy as just selling the policy and moving on, and it
Yeah,
usually
because
comes
trees
back.
are a huge investment, and you need a healthy tree that could be worth like.
It costs a lot of
It's
money.
like that's $20,000 tree that you could know. You're fighting with the insurance company, that could be a sticking point, because that could be adding value to the house.
Right, yeah, I guess and like, I know that some companies are more particular with it, like, some don't even want any like shrubs touching the house, because they say then that's a mold inhibitor, or, what's the termites. So there's just a lot of things that they look at the home with like a different eye than maybe, a realtor would. They're looking for, what's gonna come of this. Are we gonna have a mold claim? Are we gonna have a tree wind damage claim? So
What do you do for people that have never had a claim?
what do you mean?
I've owned property since 1962. I had one claim was with a glass door fell on a little kid. That was a long time ago. And he just got a couple stitches in his head. But I've had 4 or 5 different properties, and I have never put a claim on it. If it's something minor, just fix it ourselves.
Yeah,
You're better off. You're better off.
Insurance company,
they do have claim-free discounts for, when you come on.
Well, you do have all my insurance. so you
Oh,
should
do we?
look it up.
Yeah.
We definitely have like claim-free discounts, and it's good if you haven't gotten a quote, in a while, maybe if it's been, 5 years or so, you might want to
No,
see.
we just did it all last year.
Oh, okay,
And they kind of switched us around to
okay,
a couple different companies.
yeah. Yeah, it's always good to check, every like 3 years or so to see if you're getting a good rate and see.
Eric?
Back to the roof, you're just talking about asphalt street.
Asphalt shingles, yeah, Timberline, I think, if it's is it Timberline? Someone has like a 30-year roof that's,
Right across the highway, 30-year,
GAF.
50-year, but yeah, 100-year roof too.
I haven't heard of the 100-year roof. There's
Not a
not.
roof, it's a 100-year roof.
No, if it's metal or flat, because usually if it's metal, it's flat, correct?
No,
No, not always?
you have standing seam metal roofs that are usually at a higher pitch than you have.
If it's
Sure.
slate, they do make an exception for slate roofs.
You
So,
have slate roofs, you have standing seam metal, you have thatch roofs, like Thatcher McGee's, that's a 200-year roof.
yeah, there are exceptions, but I'm talking about standard asphalt.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, there's exceptions with slate, metal. We don't see as much here like, I see a lot of like flat metal and stuff in New York, not so much New Jersey, but I mean, I could be
See
wrong.
more and more of it here.
Are you? Okay.
And the only person who actually repairs slate roofs is the husband of one of these people who are in this office.
Yeah, not many people even work on them, the tar
There's
and
only one
gravel.
in New Jersey.
Wow, only one.
It's real good.
The slate lasts, it's the little clips that attach it that don't last.
Yeah, they I think they'll like every 50, they want to see an update or some kind of like
Well, they're also very heavy, so they
Updating
could
with
cause
the
some
weight.
structural problems as well, site roofs, depending on how long the house has been up for, so, yeah. So I just wanted to share, I saw her here, she is on top of everything, I just wanted you to know that, if you haven't worked with her yet, please reach out to her, please make sure your clients are reaching out to her, because she's on top of it. She called me the day after the 100, or that big flooding storm, and she's like, is everything all right at your property? So I'm like, I think so. And she's like, if any of your agents call anything with their clients, please have them call me right away. Let me know. Let's get on top of it. You know, let's not wait. So very proactive. So I just wanted to share that with you since
And
she's here.
I have a quick question for you. Supposing we have these storms, like every year we have a storm, and every year, let's say, you have a client that has a claim. Within that 5-year period, they have like 3 big claims. What happens? Do you drop them?
The carriers, well, each carrier has their own guidelines.
But I think
So,
like, there
it's-
seems to be like a rule across. the
They
board
don't
that
like
you
2
have-
or more. They
and
don't
even
like
if
2
you
or
have-
more.
Even if you have a history of having no claims, just you're with them for like over 18 years, and all of a sudden, this hurricane, that hurricane.
Well, they
you know.
do natural disasters, like if it's labeled as a catastrophic event, which I
Yeah.
believe Ida was or will be, then it's like forgivable somewhat.
Yeah.
So they don't look at it the same. But if it's just like 2 water losses or something and there was no catastrophe related to that, then they think it's the house has problems, and then
And they drop.
they could
drop.
drop you. You
Yeah.
could be in that drop category. I think that they do factor in tenure and like also,
Some
They
companies do,
should.
and some companies don't. I'll say.
Yeah, they, well, think about it.
I'll say.
Insurance companies are a business.
They are, they don't.
They're
they
in there
don't
to make
wanna pay.
money. They're not there to hand out money. So obviously, you know, you have to protect yourself and you
Yeah.
have to make sure you know what your
That's
policy
already
is.
asked, so which companies do they put on, excuse my French?
they're all
Sorry,
like,
right on the
they kind of all
list.
shift towards the same, like, like when one does something, then they're like, oh, we gotta all do this. Like you guys, I don't know if you saw last year that they were giving some kind of rebates because people were driving less during
They were,
COVID.
all of
Then
them did
one
that.
company did it, and then they
Yes,
all,
yes,
it's kind of like a
yes,
domino
true,
effect. So
true.
they all kind of tend to copy each other, especially with this roof thing that I think that came about like about 2 or 3 years ago.
But that needs to be like a policy, that needs to be like a slate, like you can have more than like 2 or 3 claims that they automatically drop you off the tenure.
Yeah,
I'm
they
just
look,
wondering if that's just like, kind of like an industry rule that they have.
They could drop you the following year for anything they want to.
I mean, it really depends. I don't want to say like 2 claims and you're dropped, because like one could be a catastrophic one, and one could just be regular. And so, I would think that the underwriters, everybody will kind of like review it, and
Right.
they have their guidelines of this is going to stay and this won't.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would hope tenure factors into it if someone's been
Yeah.
with them like 18 something years. Was situation okay? But yeah, so
They're on my.
they are the ones that go and inspect every property, as far as I know. Yeah, they do. So,
And even ones did after the flooding, they did it anyway, right? So even if they didn't do it prior, they did go by.
oh yeah, I heard some things like after the flood, like some insurance companies are wanting something. I didn't personally have that, but I heard that they wanted to verify like there was no
Yes,
damage. They
yes,
wanted people to sign off on
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
Yeah,
So they're, yeah, she's right. They're in the market of,
I'm not paying.
making money and.
They don't like
Yes, we
taking money
forget
out
that.
of
We
people.
forget that. We think like they're there to just hand money out. They're not. That's not what they're there
When
for.
you don't, when they have to pay you. Like,
Yeah.
I've been paying all this money.
How often do you recommend people should be updating the value of their house in the policy?
If you do like 5,000 or more in upgrades, you should probably let the insurance company know.
That's a good
Yeah,
rule of thumb.
yeah, you should let them know. And then
Take pictures of your house.
they want to know also that it's been updated. Like, if you call them and let them know, hey, I just got a new septic, whatever, redone in 2018, or if you're like talking to them, letting them know, and they could document that you're maintaining it, that could also probably go somewhere too. Like I did my part as a homeowner. I've called you guys and notified you, so you kind of have some documentation and something to substantiate that you've done your part to maintain the home.
The security systems help, to do better, right?
Yeah, 8% if it's centrally monitored. So like if
It's like an ADT.
yes, if somebody's monitoring 24/7, then you get like an 8 to 10% discount. Yeah. So and then like defensive driving helps also for auto. If you take that class, you save for like 3 years on auto insurance. So that's good too. But if you guys have any insurance questions, my name's Naomi. Nice to meet you all. I've seen some familiar faces.
Yeah.
Trying to
Just
be-
let me know. I'll give you her contact. You can reach out to her if you need her for anything.
And I'm gonna try to be here like once a week or every other week, if not every week.
Mention that you can't make a safety day.
Yeah, I was gonna be at the safety day and I double committed myself to, so I won't be there, but I am gonna be contributing from the insurance side. And, I'm sorry I can't make it. It felt awful.
I have a question before you leave.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm gonna be there. Do you want like I'm gonna be like right over there.
okay, yeah.
You just want to know you're close by, Naomi, thank you. So you can see in most places, the inventory is going up a little bit. Look, Parsippany went from 76 to 84. Hanover to 26, Denville 43, Morris Township went up a little bit. Most of them are about the same though. Everything is really staying absolutely the same. Even though numbers are changing each week, it's still the same absorption rate. We're still in the same market. Yep, Wooten is 14 active and last week and this week, and 12 under contract. So some new homes on the market. Neil Marjani listed 1506 Windsor Court in Denville for 440. Mares is gone at Barbara Drive, and Rebecca's is gone. She listed one in Fanwood, and that's already taking a contract. So any other new listings coming up, rentals, in search of, coming soon, price changes, anything anybody wants to share?
I have a price change, so.
Just wanted to let everyone know, in case you're
They can't
waiting
hear
with
you, that's
bated
why.
breath, for a listing in Hunting Ridge. Mark and I are taking a listing at the end of the month. It's going to be a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath end unit, 1-car garage, finished basement, patio, deck, and oversized deck. And it'll be coming on in the high fives.
Love your new cabinets in your new place.
Oh, do you see them?
It's a different view. It's a different view than we used to see.
Yeah, well, because now I'm in my new kitchen.
I know,
I'm actually sitting in my dining room.
Oh, very nice, very nice. Lori has a new listing.
Well, no, it's a price change. So it's a townhouse in Mount Lakes. The community has 36 townhomes. They're about 10 years old. This is 4 finished floors, and it's absolutely beautiful. It has an elevator, and it started out at 1.1, and it actually has squeaky, gorgeous wood floors, but they squeak. They weren't
Squeaky,
installed
gorgeous
properly.
wood floors.
So it went from 1.1 to 899.
Wow,
So,
that's a big jump.
yeah, well, if there were 2
Price,
increments
yeah.
in there, but now it's like really priced to sell, and it has a 4th floor elevator. So,
I like the elevator.
yeah, it's nice to have.
Yeah, try. So that's good for, you're saying squeaky, that they floors.
It-
squeaky?
they
Yes,
were
when you walk on them,
installed
they're squeaky.
properly.
Oh, they would go out on the floors.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna help.
And help keep them not squeaky.
Thank you, Lori.
Thank you.
Anybody else have anything they want to share? All right, well, thank you for being patient today. We went longer. I thought without Anthony here, we were gonna go shorter, but that, I seem to never have my timing right. Everybody stayed awake, we think, on twice.
Well, there was no wine. There was no wine, so. you
No,
know.
no, you're not. No, you're not, Lonnie. Anyway, have a great week, and this afternoon is a great session that Lakewood University is doing. We're preparing your listing presentation, so making sure you have everything in the right place and going through the different, so everybody should, if your listing presentation is not where you want it to be, you should join that this afternoon. It's a nice cloudy afternoon, some free time to get some stuff done and prepare your listing presentation, so it's ready next time you go out on a listing. Yeah,
Oh, my gosh.
all right, guys, have a great one.
Thank you, Missy.